Welcome to This Moment Loves, and welcome back to episode 110 of the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. If you don't know who we are,
If you don't know who we are, I have to pause and say it's welcome to new episode. It's not welcome back to an episode that they've never seen before. So welcome back to the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. It's episode 110, or welcome to episode 110 of the Freedom Secrets podcast. It just you can't say welcome back and they never been there. Okay.
They have been there, however, because the source of all things flows through all things. So, a part of them has been there. Okay, since we're being extra, we're gonna be extra then. Okay, I'm kidding. This is exciting. If you don't know who we are, good day, love. I'm Coach Tensi, and this is
I'm Coach Soul.
Yes, we are a family, and this is a family affair. We are Ufulu child. Ufulu means freedom, and it is a holistic health and arts space for all things self-discovery, for working moms, for freedom seekers, and truth seekers. Yes, indeedy. So this podcast, we are diving into the 5-prong healing system every day of the work week. And that is be, cleanse, fuel, move, and shine. This particular topic that we're going to be diving into today is really powerful to me because we're diving into hydration hacks, the secret ingredient to detox success. So if you have been slipping on your hydration then this episode is for you because it's also for me. Okay. We are on this journey, and it's the journey of consistency. And consistency means you still doing it. You didn't just do it 10 years ago, but you're still doing this. You're still in the race. Okay. The marathon to longevity and legacy and freedom. So
and good health. Yeah.
And good health.
Yeah. So we all know that hydration is very important, right? That's no secret. That's not new to anybody. But the reason we call it the secret ingredient to detox success is because we, as a culture, as an American culture, as a Western, sophisticated, advanced nation culture, advanced in technology only, not in knowledge or spirituality, of course, but in technology. In our cultures that are so seemingly sophisticated, we don't know how toxic our eating habits and just like daily habits have become, right? We underestimate how toxic the food that we eat is. We underestimate how toxic the liquor that we drink is, and the alcohol, wine, liquor, beer that we drink is. We underestimate how toxic the lotions and the fragrances and the makeup and the shampoo and sunscreen that we wear and put in our head is.
I'm not kidding.
We underestimate the chemicals and microplastics that come into our pores via our skin that when we wear, 90% polyester, 90% nylon, yoga pants and all of these things. We underestimate the toxins, the level of toxins that are introduced to us from like all angles, almost all the time. And therefore, the secret ingredient to helping flush all of these things out when we decide to do various detoxes is, in fact, H2O.
Yeah. So when it comes to drinking water, and okay, you hear from your doctor, you hear from everybody, you hear from your mom and them that, oh, uh, remember to stay hydrated, especially if it's summertime. You went out to play with your friends when you was little, and you was playing outside, and if you were in a warm space, warm place, you were busting a sweat and you knew that you needed to be hydrated. Or if you ever played a sport or you did any sort of active movement in your like in college or growing up, then you know that the importance of staying hydrated so you don't pass out, so you don't um have any sort of harmful reaction to the level of activity that you're doing. So one thing that is really happening more and more today, and I noticed it when I was taking my first medication, right? Which for me, it happened to be birth control. And one of the things with that, and even over the counter things like the allergy medications and things like that, um, when I would be taking these pills, one of the things that I would realize is that my lips would be drier quicker. I would have all these symptoms of dehydration, and I would sometimes even start to feel pains in my back around where my kidneys are in the lower back area, or um, just like a achiness in my joints. What happens when we drink water? And what I discovered is that sometimes I would just start to feel a little more peaked up, like more, like when you water a flower and it's say it's like on a cartoon and someone waters a flower and it was all wilted and then all of a sudden it just kind of like,
Looks
comes,
alive again.
looks alive again, stands right on up. Well, that's kind of how I would feel after having a glass of some filtered water. So not tap water, but like some filtered water. And I noticed that, okay, well, it must be doing something, must be doing something helpful. Before I went into digging into the research of the impact of water on all of our cells and how, um, and one of the things that you'll find if you do similar research is that our bodies are primarily made up of water, and our cells literally need them in order to repair themselves, in order to multiply with healthy cells, and it's also needed just to function. So if you experience pain, that's inflammation in the body. Drinking water helps bring down inflammation. It also helps heal the gut, because the mucous membranes in our body needs the hydration. It needs to have that lubricant quality in your within your gut and within your digestive system in order to let everything flow through how it needs to. Yeah. One other thing that you'll notice as well is that water helps you literally flush out toxins from the kidneys and the liver.
Mm-hmm.
And these are two of the biggest like powerhouses in the body. These are organs that are like, halt, stop right there to the toxins, and it
Mm-hmm.
tries to help your body by supporting it by like saying, okay, I'm gonna scoop that right on up, we're gonna process it, we're gonna filter your blood, we're going to make sure that everything is going on the up and up, and no bad bugs, aka I'm saying bugs but they're not really like bugs, insects, but they're like germs and different bacteria, fungi, viruses even get to be they get to like be flushed out the body as waste.
Well, yeah, flushed out or organized, the right way, because there are certain things that your liver and kidneys do, right? One of them is flush, meaning send the trash to the trash bin, send the stuff that needs to exit the body to the pee and poop track or the sweat track or something like that, and also filter and organize and traffic control the stuff that your body recognizes.
Yeah.
Now you can fool your liver and kidney into making a neutral decision when they should have made a negative decision, meaning
And that's what some
they will send
chemicals
them
do.
to the fat storage, it will send them to the tissue storage, whatever, instead of sending them out the body in the pee and poop track and sweat track, because it's masked in so many things. But when you combine hydration with fasting and your body is fully hydrated, what water is like our universe's solvent, I think is the right word, where basically the bad stuff gets encased within those H2O molecules and
Broken
carried away
down.
with the H2O. So it brings the bad stuff, it brings whatever into the water, and then that flows with the water now finally out of the body at some point.
Mhm. Yeah. So if you experience fatigue or you experience brain fog, dry skin, sugar cravings, these are, or even like when you start to feel thirsty, these are all signs that we are dehydrated. And most likely your body's like, hey, a little parched. In order to reach the next level of health goal, we need to hydrate for a moment. Okay. That's what we need. All right. Now, if you come to the point of starting to feel bloated, then um, that's a time to back off of water for at least give yourself 15 minutes to let that flow through and process. Okay. So, what are some practical hydration tips for busy moms? Let's talk about it.
Right. So easiest and one that you can be most consistent with is daily water goals, because you can get a water bottle that you use every day, and I don't mean plastic. I mean either glass or metal.
Yeah,
Get yourself
stainless steel or
a glass or metal water bottle. Fill it up at the beginning of the day. Finish it down the hatch at the end of the day. Don't try and drink it all at the end of the day, but drink it throughout the day. And I recommend a half-gallon size for two reasons. One, because if you consistently get a half gallon of water every day, you're doing pretty good, pretty
yes,
much across humanity in
across the
sizes and
board.
shapes. And then also, a half gallon is not as heavy as a gallon
Yeah.
to carry around at the beginning of the day. I mean, there's exercise in that, but also, like, if you have a lot of things to do, you have 3 kids, you have whatever, you don't need to carry around a gallon of water
Yeah.
if unnecessary. So
Something I will also say
mhm,
onto that, since we're
mhm,
talking about the container, honestly, convenience is key. So if you can get one that has a straw, boom shakalaka, that's great. If you can get one that has a spout, great. The less effort that you have to put in to actually drinking your water. So if you say it's a half gallon, that means you don't have to necessarily fill it up again, maybe more than once. If you really wanted to drink a whole gallon in a day, let's say you have a heavy detox that you're trying to do, then boom shakalaka, you can drink a gallon. But the whole point is you fill it up once. It's you don't have to like keep tending to this thing. It's something that we got to make it as accessible as possible. So you bring it with you at all times. You can set like a little phone reminder, or you can make sure that you always have it in like key areas. Let's say if you work from home, bring it with you to your desk space. If you are, if you shifted gears and you're like preparing for dinner, bring it with you into the kitchen. And before you like finish chopping them veggies or whatever you're doing, take a little quick drink of water. Get yourself some 8 ounces in. All right. Yeah. What other things in your mind can they do to make the water drinking experience better? Because if anyone watching is like me, then they really struggle to drink water. And for years, decades, I avoided drinking water. Like I didn't like the taste, I didn't want it, and I would drink anything else but water. So how
Mm.
can they kind of, any
Well, it
ideas?
depends on the degree to which that stops them from drinking water. Because if it's a very strong degree, then nothing. Because if you add too much to your water, then it's not water anymore. You're not doing it right. But uh, some things that are pretty common is adding citrus fruit. So adding a slice of lime to your water, adding in a couple slices of cucumber to your water, mint, mint and cucumber tastes, you know, really refreshing in my opinion. Or different varieties of fruit slices. Just add to your experience when you're drinking water. Um, and then there's the way that you can like boost the effects, you could say, of your water by adding trace minerals or electrolytes. But you want to be really careful with what brand or whatever you go to
Mm.
add these things into your water, and you want to make sure that you understand thoroughly the ingredients list and the inserts, if there is one, um, of those things. But if you find one that's good, it doesn't have anything that's harmful. There are some out there. Adding those to your water enhances the psychological pull to drink it, because you know that you're giving your body a boost in energy, as well as being able to clean out and help your liver and kidneys organize what needs to go where, all of that good stuff.
One thing I would say, because of the harmful effects of the chemicals that are in the water, like it's been exposed that fluoride damages the brain and the nervous system. And it's been proven again and again the effects of heavy metals to lead to like like the deterioration, the destruction of our nervous system as well, and brain cells, so leading to like neurodivergence and even things like autism has been linked to in kids. So we and dementia, etc. So it's important to get filtered water. That's one thing I would start with, and that tends to already taste better than say a tap water or something like that. One thing I would also I add to my water is a little pinch, little mini pinch of Himalayan sea salt or Celtic salt if I have that, and I'll shake up my water with that in it. What that does is the trace minerals, it helps bring, well, one, it helps with the taste of water, so it just tastes more pure. That's why whenever you get bottled water like Aquafina, they basically take toilet water and they add a pinch of, well, they don't add a pinch of sea salt, Himalayan sea salt, but they add some synthetic minerals to it, and it tricks your brain into thinking that it tastes better. So that experience happens. But we know that there are really amazing benefits of these trace minerals for on our health. And so I like to add in a little pinch of Himalayan sea salt, and it helps make the water a little more, slightly more alkaline, so that it helps alkalize your body. And that prevents disease.
Yeah, and it also helps you use the water to actually, lubricate and cool down and all of the things that water does in your body. Pardon me, and hydrate properly, instead of just all going, or almost all going to the P track immediately.
Yeah.
Also, there's habit stacking, and this is, one of the last things that we'll talk about today is habit stacking. So if you take a nice long walk for exercise, then bringing your water with you, and in the middle, and then at the end, drinking some of your water, that you'll be drinking throughout the day, is great. If you're meditating, and before you begin,
Like maybe.
drinking a little bit of water, maybe a glass worth of water, and then at the end, perfect, great. Get some of the water in. Just stacking the habit of proper hydration on top of other habits that you're already forming that are a part of your holistic freedom journey.
Yeah.
Is a great thing to do.
Or even something as simple as if you find yourself drinking coffee, then drink water first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, if you watching the podcast, you probably know I'm going to recommend Capomo instead of coffee because it's so good. It tastes similar. Well, and it brews the exact same. And it has none of the side effects. Yay. So, okay. So with that being said, shifting gears a little bit because now we know some of the importance of water. We dove into some of the ways that we can incorporate it throughout the day. One thing I really like is the habit stacking. Like that has been so clutch. Like I feel like that's the most helpful thing. Like if we just shared one thing, that would be it in a way to really get your water in. If you need an extra nudge, there are drink water reminder apps. And one of my favorites is called Waterful, kind of like wonderful, but waterful. And it sends you little reminders. It'll adjust depending on
What your goals are.
what your goals are and where you are in life and what your your weight and your like whether you're pregnant or nursing or super active or not. It will adjust for all that. Now, something that also is helpful if you need to hydrate, of course, is eating your water. So eat your water. And that what that means is like on the cover of this book, there are blueberries and there's um, leafy greens and there's all these different things. But when we're eating our water, one easy way to do that is by eating fresh, raw fruits and veggies. It's already structured, it's already perfect in those forms, and it'll also come with the fiber that you need in order to facilitate the detox and support your gut health. Yeah. So, yeah.
So that's pretty much it for today's episode. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. It is officially episode 110. Yay. So tomorrow for Fuel Day will be 111. A really cool number. Hit the link in our bio for Instagram and Facebook. Hit the link in the description here on YouTube to access our quick links, our link tree. Yes. Either to schedule a health and wellness consultation or get a copy of my book, which I don't know if it's in here or not.
And while he's looking for that, okay.
A copy. Oh, sorry, Instagram. Copy of Culture Control, and I
want to thank y'all for prioritizing your health. If you've been tuning into the podcast, let us know one thing that you are looking to accomplish in your health goals. Put it down in the comments. And let's like cheer each other on. If there was a gem that you got from this episode, something that you're like, oh, that was a good reminder. Oh, okay. Yes, indeed. Or if you're like, hey, I'm already doing that. I want to celebrate with you. So let us know in the comments what your micro win is or what your health goal is. Just something that is related to staying hydrated in these streets because that's super important. And we're proud of you. Okay. All right. So with that being said, take good care, loves, and we will post the replay and see you tomorrow for Fuel Day on Wednesday. Peace.